Hello everyone, how are you doing? I have gotten a question repeated several times last days, so I think I would say a general answer to it, which is this question of why should I attend the roast? Right. And this question stuck me a little bit at first because you must understand that I'm old at this point in my life, right? You can see it in my hair, right? But when I was training, that would have been a very strange question to ask me. I mean, all these teachings in one place, I would jump. My only question was, how can I get there? But I understand that we live in a different world, that the Dharma is a lot more available, that the problem has gone from how can I learn the Dharma to how can I manage my time, my limited time and attention in all these Dharma offerings, and that's perfectly alright. So the question comes, what's the motivation for going? And usually it was asked from what is going to give me. And I want to explain that this is not the correct motivation. Yes, there are aspects in which they had to do with you, right? That if you like to learn these particular practices, or if you are part of the Cuál and want to come practice with us, either virtually or in person, that's perfectly fine. But the general way in which we work, and we said so in the manifesto, this is a feeling, it's a work of love. And love, it's giving what you do not have, right, in others in order to them to be happy. If you are happy, if you are content, if you are perfectly alright, this is an arhat motivation. And that's okay, Arhats are also Buddhas, right? But if your main path has to do with feeling happy yourself, feeling contented and being there, sitting there, looking very contented and happy with a smile on your face while the world passes by and sometimes you interact, sometimes not, that's more than arhat motivation, which is again perfectly fine. But this is a Mahayana path, and this is a path that grows out of love. And love, crucially, is not something that you feel and out of it you act, but the feeling arises with the act. All the feelings you will see in meditation arise based on actions and thoughts. And the thought, that is karma, right? Karma literally means action, reinforces the thought and made the action easier, and the action reinforces the thought and makes the action easier, and so on and so on, and this is the chain of karma. You need to act in a loving manner in order to be able to feel and spread love. That's why we train, for example, in Avalokiteshvara, the Lord of Compassion, to be able to have this kind of compassion, but we need to train, we need to give. That's why the paramitas, the first one, is given. If you wait until you're filled with love and with happiness and filled with compassion and everything's alright for you in order to help beings, then I'm sorry to say, or not, that depends on what you want, that is the path of the Pratyekya Buddhas and the Arhats. That's okay, that's perfect. The path of the Bodhisattva is, even though you might not feel loved, you must act with love towards others. And that should be the way in which you attend, the spirit in which you attend this gathering. Not to say, hey, I will gain this, I will do this, but as a way to connect with others and to help others. You're gaining more tools in your toolbox to help others. Now, which tools? Of course, that's another discussion, right? And that's okay, that's perfectly okay. We can talk about, for example, the difference of Kantapa tradition, of Chakrasambhara versus Ripa tradition. We can talk about the long cell and how this will help supercharge your Dzogchen practice. We can talk about the empowerments of Sarasvati, Yeshe Sogyal, or the Tumo practice, how it will help you. Crucially, it will help you help others. That, I think, it's the main point that we all should bear in mind. So, having said that, thank you so much, and I hope to see you there. Sarva Mangalam.